Just that, but I'm talking about for the
I
people.
am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shit, it ain't much better.
Oh man, you didn't pay your electricity bill, man. You need some. You put it on that natural light.
Oh god.
Oh man.
How many miles are you running every day?
Between 3 and 5. You know, to the park is like a round trip 5 miles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Okay. But we gonna make it do what it do, Jason. I
what is that? A flashlight?
First of all, man, I just want to thank Jason Whitlock for coming on, man. And
there you are.
I'm gonna give you a great deal of respect, and the reason why I am because I had one conversation with you. You gave me your cell phone number. Not many people give me their cell phone number, especially when we agree and or disagree. I called you today at 11 o'clock sometime, I forget. And I thought we were going to do the show next week. Like I was going to give you like a 7-day window. Jason was like, nigga, let's do it. We in the barbershop, Jason. Relax, hang out. We good. If you need to grab a drink, you need to smoke a little bit, drink a little bit. We good, baby. And he said, nah, let's do it tonight. And so to that, I just want to say thank you, dog. For real. I appreciate you.
No worries. Good to be here. I just had my little Friday little get together during the Corona, did some Corona cooking and eating. Mm-hmm. And gonna do this, then probably watch an episode of The Sopranos. Mm-hmm. Go to hopefully get a workout in before I go to bed.
Okay. But and Brianna Michelle, by the way, Jason.
Brianna, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you as well. What did you eat for the Corona dinner?
I cooked some sea bass, some fried potatoes and onions, and some sauteed mushrooms.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, no, it was good.
So what's been up doing quarantine? Has quarantine affected you in any way, Jason?
Well, obviously I'm doing my show from home instead of in the studio. That's been a big impact. Right before the Corona started, I went on a 72-hour water fast and then converted to one meal a day. And that all took place about 2 weeks before the Corona shut down. And then, so I would say the Corona deal has given me an opportunity just to focus on eating right and exercise and just focus on myself. So I've been trying to just, take advantage of this time and get better while there's chaos and adversity going on.
All right. So let's start in 2020 because a lot has happened in 2020. I want to start at the top of the year. Then we'll get into Deontay Wilder. Then we'll obviously get into LeBron James, your reaction to LeBron James. I remember years ago, you and Kobe, you had a difference of opinion against Kobe. And then I saw an emotional reaction out of you on TV as it relates to Kobe Bryant and his death. And the text messaging that started in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Talk about the text messaging and we'll use the term transformation in terms of your perspective on Kobe Bryant.
Well, just keep in mind, I'm an Indiana Pacer fan.
Okay.
And so I was never a Michael Jordan fan. Mm-hmm. I was a Pacers, Reggie Miller, the whole Pacers deal. Grew up a Pacer fan. So during Michael Jordan's career, I wasn't a huge Michael Jordan fan because I was so invested in the Pacers. Mm-hmm. And so Kobe mimicking Jordan, I wasn't the biggest fan of as a player. I can't say I was anti-Kobe early in his career. I will say this, after the Colorado incident and the way that he handled that, wasn't the biggest fan of that. Wrote at the time when he and Karl Malone got into a dispute about Karl Malone allegedly flirting with his wife or whatever. I wrote a column for ESPN Page 2 at that time, kind of mocking Kobe, like, look, man, you lost all your credibility with your wife during the Colorado deal, and she's playing you on this Karl Malone deal. Karl Malone done said something innocent. Your wife blew it out of proportion, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Kobe to me, I was a huge and still am a Shaquille O'Neal fan. Didn't like the way Kobe abused Shaq. I sided with Shaq over Kobe in their dispute. But Kobe at the end of his career, I can't remember. He got in a jam where he said something, I think, about the Trayvon Martin incident that didn't sit right with me. And I said some critical things, I think, on TV or in a column, I think, for ESPN at that time. And I can't remember the exact things he said about Trayvon, but I didn't like it and I was critical. Kobe texted me out of nowhere, wanted to talk, and it turned into a conversation about what Kobe planned to do post-career and this vision he had for being a role model for kids and helping kids and his vision for writing and the media and blah, blah, blah. At that time, I was running the Undefeated or, you know, trying to get the Undefeated off the ground. And Kobe was describing some synergy in terms of his vision. Kind of opened me up to like, oh, Kobe's got a big vision. We'll see. Maybe he's just calling and we're having these conversations because he wants me to back off the criticism of him over what he had to say about the Trayvon Martin situation. But Kobe finished out his career. I didn't like his last game where he shot 60 times and scored 60 points or whatever and was critical. But this is what people fail to acknowledge. And again, I say the internet and social media, very little interest in the truth. In the week before Kobe died, and unless I was clairvoyant and knew, like, oh, Kobe's going to die in a tragic helicopter accident, there's 2 days in a row on my TV show the week before Kobe died where we had conversations about Kobe Bryant where I talked about, like, man, I love what Kobe Bryant is doing post-career. I love everything about the way he carries himself, represents himself, brings honor to himself and his family. I love his vision for kids. And I told the story about our connection from 2014. And I was like, man, I thought Kobe was bluffing, but he's actually living it out and doing it. And we talked about this for 2 days in a row on my TV show about how much respect I had for Kobe post-career and how important I thought he was going to be post-career and how I was going to like Kobe better post-career than I did during his career. A few days later, Kobe died tragically in a helicopter accident, and I talked about it on my show and just how I thought we lost someone important. And I had just the week before been talking about how much respect and how much I like Kobe post-career. And so the emotions that I showed on that show, when someone dies tragically in service of their child, I'm just sorry, as a man, as someone who used to be a child and had a parent that was very involved in my sports career, you would almost have to be inhuman not to feel a level of sadness and emotion about a dad dying in service of his daughter that tragically at that young of an age, when you had just the week before been talking about how important you thought this person was going to be for young people and you loved his post-career. I'm a critic. I'm a columnist. The media, I don't think there's much understanding of how the media operates because now everybody has an opinion, and being a fan and everybody's point of view being told from a fan's perspective, I don't think they understand what a journalist's job or a critic's job is. And so the fact that I didn't particularly like Kobe's handling of Shaquille O'Neal, didn't like some of the things that went on between him and his wife and the situation in Colorado and Karl Malone. At times I was critical of Kobe Bryant. I didn't like the way his last game played out. I thought it was selfish. But Kobe post-career, I love, talked about it on TV. And when a guy dies that tragically, that young, leaving young kids behind, I'm just sorry. I'm a human being. I'm going to be emotional and express that.
Now, let me ask you this. Being that there was no charges